welcome to another episode of America's Mechanic. Yeah, there's too much stuff there. Let's go. Well, we have a gangster scene, but we don't have any gangster white walls or anything with us. But we are here talking tires. But today we have a special guest here from my tire company, my tire wholesaler. We have our rep, Jen DeChico.
Thank you, Fred. Thanks for having me. My name's Jen DeChico. I'm from Allen Rubber Company, and we're a wholesale tire supplier, and we work with Fletcher's Garage in Fairless Hills.
Hopefully, if you have any questions about tires, you can give me a call. I'll give Jen a call, and then we'll get back to you. So, number one, what size tires and what type of tires you need for your application of vehicle? Now, my general tire, my brand of tire is a GT Radial. That's my house brand. We sell all brands through Allen Tire. We pick them up. You can get Yokohamas. We can get Michelins. We can just about any brand that you want. But my house brand is GT Radial. It's a nice middle of the road general tire for a general brand. General tire for the any SUV, any car, any light truck, anything like that. So I'm going to pick this up, Craig. So you know. See, I can pick it up. How's it look?
Horrible. It looks great.
All right, see?
So good.
Usually I talk through this tire, but this time we'll talk around the tire, talk about the tire. So first, look on your vehicle. There's a tag on the door jamb. Look for the size. Look for the tire pressures, all that stuff. But first step is when you're looking to buy tires, look for the size. Look on that door jamb and match it up with what you got here. I don't recommend going up or down on the sizes unless you are you have all special kind of tuning or something, because it throws everything off. If you go up too big or too small, it'll throw the speedometer sensor off. It'll make it not just the speedometer off, it'll throw off all the sensors that go inside there. So if you go in there and you see 225, 65, 17 on your door jamb or any size like that, match it up with here. Then you'll want to see, or you'll ask me, traction. You want a good traction. Traction is A. Temperature is A. So this is a very good tire. But yeah, like this is a tread wear of 600. Now, if this was with a traction of A, now 600 is a rating. Now, if this was a AA tire,
Sure.
now would that be, you probably wouldn't see a 600 tread wear.
No, it would probably be in the 500 range.
500.
Mhm.
So on average, what kind of mileage do you get on that? Taking into consideration your alignment's good
Sure.
and pressures are always on right.
On the AA,
Yeah.
you'd probably get maybe I think a 50.
Okay. 50,000 miles out of that. Okay, that's pretty good. So now on something like this, you'll probably get a 70,000 miles out
Correct.
of this. So yeah, you do give up a little something when you get the performance out of a AA tire. But again, those are more for higher end cars.
Absolutely. And with the performance tires, they have more grip on the road, which is why they're usually a different size than this.
Right.
So more grip on the road, more control while steering, while driving. And that is why you'll see them on the performance vehicles.
Okay. So this is our tire. Now there's all kinds of different tread patterns too. This is a general, I keep saying general, but this is a standard. That's a good word. Standard tread pattern, which is good for moving water. Treads are designed to move water, not just grip the road. Push the water away. Now you'll see stuff like.
So there's sipes in these tread patterns that you'll see, and that is what distributes the water out, so that you keep the grip of the tire on the road, and that's what keeps the car stable and moving forward, and also keeps the traction when you're stopping, so that you don't slide into the intersection, because that's what people mostly feel when their tires are wearing low to when they need to be replaced. And that is why all the tires and the treads are different, just to move the water out of the way of the tire so that it's gripping to the road.
Okay. Yeah, so that brings me to the next point. Now, tread depth. We were talking about how when the tire gets worn down, that you have less and less tread pattern and less tread pushing the water out of the way.
Pretty much meat on the tire.
You meat on the tire. Now, when it gets down, now I'll throw you some specs. We read this in 30 seconds. Now, brand new tire, this one is reading right around 10 or 11, 30 seconds. So that's about almost every new tire. Now, Pennsylvania legal is 230 seconds, which is pretty low.
Mm-hmm.
I start recommending when it gets around 430 seconds. So if you can still be legal, but not still have a great tire.
Oh, absolutely. That is when you would be sliding into the intersection if it was wet road, even when it's dry road.
Mm-hmm.
When you're low, the sipes and the tread is so low so that it's almost flat,
Mm-hmm.
and you can see it so that when you put the tread depth gauge into the depth, you'll be able to see that it goes in.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when it reads the number right here.
Yep.
When the tread is lower and the tire needs to be replaced, like Fred said, you'll notice that the number, it does not pop up as much, and then it's a lower number.
Yeah, I mean they used to say use a penny in Lincoln's head, but
It's a good way and still very much used.
yeah, people use that. So when it gets low and you have like 230 seconds, it's not pushing the water. You're riding on the water. So
Very dangerous.
Yeah. So 430 seconds. Listen to me. So next thing is tire pressure. Now we have all different ways of checking tire pressure. Now we have TPMS sensors, but still the best way of doing it, get yourself one of these. I'm not going to turn it around.
You'll see those at the Wawa pumps. You'll see them. You can just get them at the store, your local repair shop.
Yep. They're all laying around. Usually I have a GT radial here, but I don't know where this one came from. So all you got to do is real easy. Keep one on you. Push it on here. It'll come up. Again, look at that tag that's on your door jamb. It'll tell you the correct tire pressure. Do not go by what's on the tire because it'll give you two ranges. It'll give you a range of suggested, and then I'll give you a range of max. A lot of people say, "Oh, I'm going to fill. This says 44. I'm going to put 44 in here." You do not want to do that.
What happens when you overinflate a tire?
Yeah, when you get driving out there, say you're driving to Tennessee, you're driving, and the tire pressure gets hot. You pick up like 6 psi for every 10 degrees. So if you're getting there and you're running that tire higher, it'll pick up. Say you run it at 44, it'll go up over 50. I have a picture of a tire. I should have brought a picture of a tire of a guy that brought it in on the Jeep last week where he did that, and it just exploded and ripped the whole thing. Steel belts everywhere. It was crazy. So
that is a pretty extreme situation that can happen.
Mm-hmm.
But more commonly, what happens when you overinflate a tire is
you get the wear that's in the center, and you're not getting all the tread on the road. You're getting the center of the tread. Most of the energy is running on that center tread, not on the full width of the tire. So you're not getting all that you need on the road. So
when that happens, you have to end up replacing the tire more, sooner than you were planning. You do not get the full life of a tire when that happens. So in order to get the full life of a tire, you need to rotate often. You need to make sure it's inflated to the proper PSI. And that really helps you get the life out of a tire.
Yeah, I see a lot of rotation intervals. I usually try to go like 15,000 miles, maybe 20,000. I see some people try to get 3 or 5. It gets a little extreme with that. You don't need to do it every single time, but every single oil change. But try to do 15,000. That's a good interval that I found. Now the next thing to do, they came up with, is the tire pressure monitoring system. That's been around since like 1994. It came up as a federal thing after tires were exploding and killing people because they weren't checking their pressures the right way with their little pencil gauges. So now we have the little light on the dash, which drives everybody nuts. And it says TPMS, or there's a little picture of it. Looks like a horseshoe with an exclamation point in the middle of it. Then even some of them have the tire pressures right on the dashboards, so you can look at it. So to explain real quick what that is, these are tire pressure monitor sensors. You'll see them. You'll actually only see this part of it. That's the stem part. This goes inside the tire, goes through the rim. This reads the pressure inside the tire, sends a signal to the body control module or the tire control module, whichever you have. There's a couple different styles here, but that's how you monitor on that. So, and then how we do it they do go bad because these are basically batteries, and they're little generators in there. They go bad over time. I have one that just left at my shop when I came over here. That guy needs all 4. So they all died at the same time. Thank you, GM. So, so what we do is we'll install the 4 new tire pressure sensors, or 1, whatever you need, and then we have to activate it. We have this tool here that we had to buy, and this is a really good tool. Some of the General Motors vehicles will you can do them through the dashboard. Some other vehicles as well, but most vehicles you do through this. I don't know if you will. We'll show you this as we can. We just activate them. We put them in there. We hit that. There we go. And so, okay. Well, this isn't charged, so I'll yell at Joe when I get back. But anyway, this is the last one I brought up was no charge either. So, but we hook this up. We plug it into the ALDL connector. Some are Bluetooth, but most of them are you plug into the ALDL connector. And then you trigger it, and then you make it learn to the vehicle. So that's very important nowadays. It's not actually a fail yet on the safety inspection, but I foresee it being a problem in the next couple of years becoming though.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, it's extremely,
Yeah.
it's not only, it doesn't only help the life of a tire, but it also is safe.
Right.
If you have overinflated tires, can you, brake well?
No.
Your tires aren't fully on the ground.
Right.
So, they're really, the center of the tire is on the ground.
Right.
So in order to stop, you're not having that full balance, that full weight of the car on the ground. So it's dangerous as well.
And inversely, when you have a low tire, you're going to have that much more on the ground, and it's still going to wear out. It's going to wear out the edges. It might wear out the whole side of the tire.
Absolutely.
It'll overheat faster. It'll actually overheat faster with a low tire than it will with an overinflated tire. So, and what's coming down to is back when they first came out, everybody was using these, us old school people. We were still checking. Now, over the last 30 years that this has been in effect, people are less and less relying on this and relying on this.
Right.
And, people, and if they're not working hard, they ignore their TPMS light, you got a problem. So I foresee that the state of Pennsylvania will probably implement this as a safety inspection item over the next few years.
Makes sense.
Yeah, it
Coming
does
down
make
the
sense.
line.
So there's quite a few things that go with the tires. We touched on most of the basic stuff and some of the quicker stuff. But if you ever have any questions, you can give me a call, Fletcher's Garage, 215-295-4931, or catch my website. There's always a bunch of stuff on my website. We actually have a link to Allen Tire through my website. But go on Fletcher'sGaragePA.com, and then you can see all the links, all the tires, and all this stuff. Again, we sell almost every brand of tire. You give us a call if you want a Michelin, if you want a GT Radial, if you want a Yokohama, you want Continental. But give us a call, and we'll be there for you. Peace out.